Friends, this training module will cover how to set up users who are authorized to access the back office system, including the virtual terminal. The users area is located under Settings and Utilities and is only accessible to users with administrator security clearance. When a merchant account is first created, the system automatically creates an administrator user profile with a randomly generated password, which can be changed easily enough in this section. One of the most important things to remember about a user account is you don't need to set up very many of them. The majority of clients only need a handful of authorized user accounts. You want your user accounts for the business owner, key managers, and perhaps a marketing and auditor account. Only one Clerk ID account is required since the vast majority of your line level employees will share the same clerk login and password. We're going to show you how to set up clerks correctly in the POS Clerks page a little later in this video. To add a new clerk, you simply press the Add New User here. But we're going to jump right in. We're going to use one of the ones that I've set up, and you'll notice that I'm set up as the administrator. Administrator security clearance, which is the highest level of clearance in the system. This means I can access every page and utility across the back office. We have other security clearances such as manager, which can access most pages except the most sensitive functions. Users with marketing clearance can only access the marketing modules. Users with auditor clearance can only access certain reports for reconciliation purposes. And users with clerk clearance can only access the virtual terminal. Clearance levels of security, you can simply push the Help button right here. And this will give you a full description of all different levels of security. You notice right away we've already set up the username and password in this account, and we've got our full name, and we also highly recommend that you set up the email and phone number of those individuals. These are key people. When tech support calls and needs assistance, we know who we can be in contact with, so it's very helpful. We also want to cover down here we have email recon report daily. This is the reconciliation report. So if you want this individual to receive a daily reconciliation of everything that happened in the account over the course of the day, then you should also include them on this. If not, you could simply check off the box. Same thing goes with the fraud monitoring report. This report will be sent to them as well as long as this box is checked. We have the BCC thank you note email. If you want to get a copy on every customer email that goes out, feel free. You can click the button and we'll fill up your inbox. Along here again we have the help button. You can click on any of these and get a full detail on each of those reports. Just down here for multiple locations, we have the ability to add locations to each account. Based on whatever business that this individual, the user that you're setting up, works at, you want to make sure that they are under that location because that is all that they will have access to. The Manager Clerk ID field is one of the most important fields in the user profile for security validation. If you decide to enable clerk IDs for linking specific employees to specific transactions, or would like to require manager level validation when the load gift or load value function is used, then enter an ID and enter authorized users. If you're a single location operator, that means you need one user account for all of your clerks to share. Your employees will share the same login and password to access the virtual terminal upon sign-in and be identified by the clerk ID. In order to set up clerk IDs, we will need to visit the POS Clerks page. Simply click on POS Clerks. Once inside, you'll see here we have a lot of users set up. You can simply click New Clerk, punch in their 4-digit PIN or 2-digit PIN, and put their name. Select the location that they're from, main or second if you have multiple locations, and click Save. If you are using clerk IDs and manager passwords, we'll need to go under Locations and make sure that we have that set up properly. Under Locations, you'll see both locations. If you have multiple or just one, we need to make sure that we have the required clerk ID for terminal and the required manager password for load. If you have any questions on what these two, you can simply click the Help button again and it'll give you a full description. That's it. Your users and clerks are all set up and ready to go. Thank you.